Hi everyone, this is Miss Barb from the Sterling Heights Library, coming to you from the library today. I have got a story I would like to share with you, one of my favorite stories, which is called Sheep Go to Sleep. And after we do the story, I've got a craft to show you how to make. We are going to make sheep on a piece of paper using some cotton balls. So they're not woolly sheep, they're cottony sheep, but it's a really fun craft to do. I'll show you how to do that as soon as we're finished with the story. Our story today, again, is called Sheep Go to Sleep. Sheep Go to Sleep by Nancy Shaw. Winking fireflies light the way as sheep stroll home to hit the hay. 5 sheep settle in their shed, using straw to make their bed. You can see them all bringing straw in so that they can make their bed. Screeches, rustling, noisy crickets. Sheep hear hoots from nearby thickets. What makes the hoot noise? What do you see here up in the tree? Is that a bird up in the tree? What kind of bird is that? Is that an owl? There's an owl in the tree and it makes hooting noises. Is that a little scary if you hear something going hoo, hoo? That might be a little bit scary at night. So the sheep are here and they're a little bit scared. Nighttime noises scare the sheep. Really, who could go to sleep? Sheep bleat, sheep sigh. A trusty collie wanders by. And you see the dog here? This is a dog that's called a collie. That's the type of dog it is. So a trusty collie wanders by. What would make the sheep feel snug? The collie gives a sheep a hug. Look at him giving him a nice big hug. The tired sheep begins to snore. One asleep? How many more? Let's see. 1 sheep is asleep. How many sheep are awake? Let's count them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There are still 4 sheep that are awake. Let's see what happens next. 1 sheep asks to have a drink. The collie gets it from the sink. Another sheep begins to snore. 2 asleep. How many more? So here's 1 asleep, and here's another one falling asleep. How many are still awake? After this, we've got 1, 2, 3 that are still awake. A lullaby should calm the flock. Sheep tap rhythm, hum and rock. Another sheep begins to snore. Look at him there, he's falling over, he's falling asleep. 3 asleep, how many more? Can you count how many are left? How many are still awake? We've got 1, 2. 2 sheep are still awake. 1 sheep wants a teddy bear. The collie brings his own to share. Look at that, he's sharing his teddy bear with the sheep. Another sheep begins to snore. 4 asleep, how many more? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 sheep that are sleeping. And how many still are awake? 1. There is 1 sheep still awake. The last one wants a cozy quilt to snuggle in the bed she built. So she's telling the dog, she's telling that collie, she would like a quilt to snuggle up in. Oh, look at that nice quilt. The collie gives a weary grin. He fetches one and tucks her in. Do you think she's gonna fall asleep now? I think she's gonna fall asleep now. All the sheep have closed their eyes. All of the sheep are asleep. And that bird, that seagull that was in with them, the seagull's asleep too. They all have closed their eyes. They'll drowse and dream until sunrise. Look at them all having different dreams. Look at them. They look like they have wings. Does it look like they're flying? They are flying in their dreams. Those are some silly sheep. But where is the dog who looks after the sheep? What happened to the dog? Here's the sheep and here's the bird. But where is the dog who looks after the sheep? He's under the haystack, fast asleep. And look at, does he have his own, he has his own cozy quilt? He's got a cozy quilt of his own. And that is the end of the story. Sheep go to sleep. I hope everyone enjoyed today's story, Sheep Go to Sleep by Nancy Shaw. If you enjoy the sheep stories, there's a whole series of them. There's probably 5 or 6 books that all star the sheep and different escapades they get into. I'm going to set this on the side and I'm going to show you the craft for today. The craft, of course, because our story had to do with sheep, it is going to be a craft that has to do with sheep. So what you'll need is a sheet of paper, need a glue stick, need a couple of crayons, and need some cotton balls. So we are going to use the cotton balls and turn them into sheep. So what I'm going to do is take a black crayon and I'm going to, on my blank sheet of paper, I'm going to make a little circle and I'm going to make 2 V shapes, just like that. The circle is going to be the lamb or the sheep's head, or yeah, its head, not just its face. And then the V shapes are going to be the legs for the sheep. I'm going to glue on a cotton ball and make it into the sheep's body. So I'll show you how one of them will look, and then we'll put a few more down on the paper. So right now I have one incredibly woolly sheep. We'll put down a couple more and then I'm going to decorate the sheet of paper for you. We'll speed up the filming right now so it will be a little bit quicker when you look at it. As you can see from my picture, I decided to embellish it a little bit. I put some blue sky at the top. I put a little bit of green crayon around the bottom, colored it in so it would look like the sheep were in a meadow, that they are having some lunch or some dinner, and I put a little barn here too. So this is the craft for today. Very woolly or very cottony sheep to go along with our story, Sheep Go to Sleep. And just a reminder to everyone that the library is still closed to the public right now for coming in to browse for books. We are open right now for curbside pickup, so you can put books on hold and then call the library when you come here, and we will find the books that you have placed on hold, and you can come to the library to pick them up from our parking lot. You can also come in to use the computers at the library. You do need to make an appointment at least 1 day ahead of time. Hopefully we'll start our in-person programs again in September. We're just going to cross our fingers and hope on that. I hope everyone has a great rest of the afternoon. Bye-bye.